Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. Happy Saturday. Hopefully, everybody is off to a good start for their weekend. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's weekend starting out? Mine is starting out pretty slow, which is all right. I don't complain about that. What's going on, Java? What's going on, Silas? Silas says, "How are you?" I'm good. I'm doing very good. Warming up from a flipping perspective. I haven't flipped at all yet today. So, but as far as the day is concerned, I'm doing pretty good. It's a good start to the weekend thus far. How about you, Silas? How are you doing today? What's going on, Dusty? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? How is your weekend starting out thus far? And Silas says, I'm good. Good. Glad to hear it. Ugh. Yeah, so far my weekend is starting out pretty good. First weekend after Blade. So I've just been kind of preparing for today's stream. Up kind of late last night, watching Ethan's stream. Videos are starting to come out post Blade show. So lots to watch, lots to do. Dusty says, I learned palm fans and infinite ladders. That's what I've been up to. It's been a great start to the weekend. Excellent. I love palm fans. I cannot do the infinite ladder yet. I'm working on it, but no impressive progress thus far. What's going on, Fingerbender? How are we doing today? How's it going, Unc? It is going well. It is going well. Back home from Blade Show, back into the normal swing of things, and it's a beautiful weekend thus far. I might go out to one of the lakes near me after stream today, or maybe tomorrow instead, and do some paddleboarding. So it's yeah. Pretty good weekend planned thus far. What about you, Fingerbender? How are you doing today? That was not a ring of shame, but that was the right side of the blade. I kind of have got the infinite ladder down. I can't keep the momentum to go super fast yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I can. Same. You're probably doing it better than I. I can like flip it around to my finger or fingers, but the momentum is just not there, so it doesn't look smooth and fluid yet. Doing great. I'm at work right now. Nice. Oh, hopefully you have a good day at work. Ooh. All right. So, a quick little recap, just in case anybody was not in one of the prior streams and does not know. My two big takeaways from Fingerbender just in time. My two big takeaways from Blade Show. The one Bally that I purchased and picked up was the LDY Will Hirsch The Answer, which is an absolutely phenomenal and absolutely beautiful ballad song. And then also, I did a handle swap with the cheese with Dasuko. So the yellow handle is Dasuko's old cheese handle, and the blue handle is my original one. So now I have a Blade Show 2026 handle swap belly that I came home with as well. Let's see. Ooh, says Jax. What's going on, Jax? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Did you get any new ballys? Okay, covered that. Yeah, the answer. Absolutely peak. Is it a possibility that I stream today. Excellent. If you stream and I can make it, I will definitely make it. So I asked this yesterday, but didn't get to actually see your messages. So how was Blade? Blade Show was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't express enough just what an amazing, wonderful experience it was. It was absolutely amazing. Before I kept saying the word exciting. I was so excited. Now that it's done, I keep saying amazing. It was just so amazing. Dusty says the answer, yes. Oh, cool. I like how it looks. Thank you. I like how it looks too. I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly confident that mine was the first purchase at the LDY booth on Friday morning. And mine was the first in-person answer that was bought, I think. It's possible that, you know, another maker had made it over to the table before the early bird flippers had gotten out there, but I don't know. I know of the Bali people that were in the early bird line. I'm fairly confident that mine was the first pick. Mine was the first purchase. So I want to go to Blade eventually, but it's a long trip from Canada, expensive too. That is totally understandable. Tevco says, yo, what's going on, Tevco? How are you doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Hopefully your weekend is starting out pretty nice for you. Fingerbender says, quick trick suggestion. Learn the Z choker. Yep, I know how to do that. It's really easy and super fun. When you get it down, I have a tutorial on it, but I'll probably make a new one because it's a bit outdated. Yeah, so my Z choker, I know you're supposed to do this whole thing. I don't do that part, but that part itself I can do, which is cool. And then Fingerbender says, Dusty, hey, another Canadian flipper. Let's go. Yeah. But Blade Show as a whole, absolutely amazing. Got to meet so many people. Got to do so much stuff in Blade and out of Blade. Went to the aquarium, tried a lot of different restaurants that were out there that I had heard great things about. Got to go to the bite handle rave. It was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I learned the short choker recently. I'm honestly doing not too bad with learning new tricks. Excellent, glad to hear it. I am working on the choker fan, and it seems like I have lost a lot of my consistency with it. At least with the answer, it isn't going as cleanly as it had prior to Blade Show. But during prior to Blade Show, I was just spamming the choker fan, trying to work out all the kinks. And at Blade Show, I wasn't spamming a single trick. I was trying to actually, do some regular flipping, and because of that, I didn't really perfect anything, and I think I lost some of my confidence in the choker fan, but that's all right. I'm trying to expand my styles too, and I'm trying to get into tech, kind of. Very nice. It's great to see your journey, Unc. It's amazing to get to see the tricks you learn and the progress you make. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot to hear. And I think that gets me caught up. Fingerbender says, wish I could have gone. Yeah, I wish everybody could. If it were up to me, every flipper would be able to make it to Blade Show, just because it's an amazing experience. Did anyone try to teach you tricks? No, not directly. Like, no one came up to me saying, hey, Unc, you have to learn how to do this. I did witness a lot of people working together, like one person showing somebody else how to do something. It was really cool to experience. I don't learn like that, so it wouldn't have been as helpful as I think it would be for a lot of other people. Because I mean, and that's one of the things that I really picked up on at Blade Show, and I'll get into that when I get into my talking notes of what all I learned. But really, at the end of the day, I need slow-mos to learn how to do stuff because I really break the tricks down into the finer details of what you're doing, what fingers are doing what, where the belly is supposed to be, where the momentum is at, and trying to learn that stuff in person for me is just really, really, really difficult. What's going on, Spark? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. How are we doing today? The choker took me about a week to learn. Nice. Very cool. I think the longest trick it took me to learn was the behind the 8 ball because I started on a squiddy. It took 6 months, give or take a couple months, considering I took a 7-month break from flipping. Gotcha. Behind the 8 ball was probably the first named trick that I learned how to do other than just the standard opening. Then once I learned it, I learned the helix, and then I started doing the behind the 8 ball helix infinity loop, and just spammed that for like seriously 4 months. Wasn't trying to learn a whole lot of stuff, just wanted something to be able to do with my hands, and that satisfied that need for me at the time. Then after that 4 months, I started taking trick learning a little bit more seriously, tried to pick up on more stuff, and slowly but surely I've been adding things to adding tricks to my catalog, but not very many and not very quickly. It's my favorite trick though, aside from the cherry picker. Nice. Very cool. I had lost motivation to learn new tricks lately, but I'm back on track now. Glad to hear it. The first advanced trick I learned, I got it down in minutes. It's called the Hellbent. I like the Hellbent, but I am still not great at it. Not great at it at all. Despite the fact that it too, I think, was one of the earlier tricks that I tried to learn. But I do not tend to put it in the combos that I do very often. But what is the Hellbent, says Dusty? So it's like a double rollout, and then you kind of do a helix type move on your, so it's like a 0G on your middle finger, and then up to I don't even know what you would call it, around your index finger and catch it like that. It's basically like a cherry picker, but instead of doing the whip rollover at the end, you just close it. That's the Hellbent. That's not advanced, is it? For me it is, but I don't know that it's, I don't know. It sounds fun. I'll have to try it. Yeah. Yeah, Hellbent is one of those that I know how to do. I can do it on some ballets more consistently than others, but it's definitely not something that I am proficient with. It's kind of like the shortstop. I can kind of do it, but I can't do it well. Sean says, "Hey, Unc, best of luck when you go to the when you go for the shortstop. It's one of my favorites, but dang, it took me forever." Yeah, my thing with the shortstop is I can do it, but I stop here and then do that part. I can't do it all in one fluid motion. So Beaver says, "Scott, what's going on, Brian? How are we doing today? How's your weekend starting thus far? Welcome to the show and welcome to the weekend." It's a faux behind the 8 ball into a cherry picker instead of thumb roll at the end of the cherry picker. You close. And then Dusty says, all right, folks, I have to go. I'll be live later. But till then, have a great day, Unc, and chat. Stay flipping. Have a great rest of your day, Dusty. And if you stream, I will see if I can drop into it. And Sean says, yippee, doing great, dude. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So, yeah, that's my non-scripted kind of recap of how Blade Show went and my pickups. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about Blade Show or any of that, feel free to go ahead and drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I can jump into my talking notes of what I learned. Excuse me. So, the funny thing is, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit already. I learned during Blade Show just how much I don't actually know. Because after an entire weekend of being around flippers, it quickly became clear to me just how few tricks and combos I actually know how to do. I met people who've been flipping less than me, who, from my perspective, if they wanted to, could have competed in Bali Comp. Full stop. I met people who've been flipping for years who didn't compete, or who did compete in Bali Comp. And all the while I've been flipping, for almost 11 months, and my flipping is still primarily focused on the behind the 8-ball helix infinity loop, and then tossing some stuff into that. So, that was one of the things that I realized at Blade Show is just how much I don't know, and how little I actually do from a flipping perspective. But while realizing just how basic my flipping was, I also realized just how much, or rather how little, anybody really cared about my skill level. I learned that the flippers at Blade, don't care how fast or how slow you're growing. They just care that you're a flipper. As a matter of fact, there were a number of people who actually tried to convince me during Blade Show that they had seen my flipping improve during Blade Show itself. Do I think that was actually the case? Do I think that during the 3 days of Blade Show, me doing the same stuff that I've been doing, and including the stuff that I've been learning, had really improved, that much during those 3 days? I don't really think so. But it was still encouraging. It's not like I was asking people, hey, what do you think about my flipping? I was actually pretty shy and embarrassed about my flipping at first. But some people just saw that I was doing what I could, and decided to approach me and support and encourage me in what I was doing. And that was really cool. Let me see. Tevko says, who's the coolest person you met at Blade? That is an impossible question to answer. Yeah, I could not give a single coolest person that I met at Blade. But I met incredible, amazing people, some of which I knew before, either from watching them, from them watching me and interacting in our streams. Some people I had been on Discord calls with before, had talked to in voice chat. And some people, like I said, I had never known, never heard of. And everybody was just like, the experience meeting all of the people was just surreal because, yeah, why was it surreal? It was, I'm not a people person. I'm not good with new people, face-to-face engagements. And, it was just absolutely amazing. Act says, hey, I made it. Welcome, Act. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. How are you doing today? What was one of your favorite knives that you flipped there? So there were two that really, really, really stood out to me. And those two were both prototypes, so I don't know if they'll ever come to fruition. But one was a prototype collaboration between Will Hirsch and MachineWise, which was a dream to flip. Had great balance, really great feel in the hand. It was on G10 scales, so felt really good, and flipped really really well. Then the other one was also a prototype that I saw at the LDY booth. It wasn't a LDY Balisong. I'm still getting more details on what it was, so that I can keep an eye on it to see if they ever make it. But it was a comb blade, which caught my eye, on titanium handles, and the thing flipped like a dream. If I had to pit it up against my Orion S, which is still to this day one of my absolute favorite Balisongs, period, especially coming out of LDY, it was comparable to this, possibly better than this. Really, really, really solid Bali. So those were the two that really stood out to me. That's the one. Yes, from PR Balisons. Yes. That thing, Sean, did you get a chance to flip that? That thing to me was just, that was an epic Bali to flip. And the design of the comb blade was really, really cool. So yeah, that was probably, it would be hard for me to say which one I liked better, if it was the comb blade by PR Balisong, or if it was the collaboration between Will and MachineWise. But either way, I mean, the two were likely my two favorite Balis that I flipped. I bought a carbon fiber Nautilus with glider scales and a rad oh crap, I can't remember what Cygnus. Very cool. Yeah, it was just as good as the Orion 2 for me. Nice. Yeah, and I have been very open about the fact that between the Orion S and the Orion 2, I would still take the Orion S. But that Bali from PR Balisong may be better than this. It was absolutely amazing. So back to what I learned. I also learned just how many people, or how many talented people that we have in the community. When you sit back and watch events like Acid Bowl and BaliComp in person, the entire thing was amazing. Everybody was incredibly talented, but some of the stuff that I saw was just mind blowing. For example, I still vividly remember the first time that I watched Lily flip during Acid Bowl. My mind was, my brain had to essentially reboot. Later, I had to go and find Lily, meet them, and let them know just how amazing I thought that their flipping was. Additionally, you had like at BaliComp, watching Moyes do a palm bump on the tip of their Bali. It was, I mean, and I was in the front row, so I had very, 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 very good vantage point. And seeing something like that was just, again, mind blowing. I couldn't believe that people can do the things that they can do with Balisongs. Tevko says, I was going to go to Blade and I was going to gift people Bally's, and I had one for you, but I couldn't make it. That's a bummer that you couldn't make it. That would have been really awesome to have seen you there and to have met you, Tevko. And then Josh says, hey, how's it going? It's going well. How are you? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Hopefully you are having a good start to the weekend. But speaking of talent, I watched people talking, and I kind of covered this a little bit before Talking Notes started. But I watched people talking to other people about how to do various tricks and combos, and I learned just how adaptive so many flippers in the community can be. I was watching people do complex maneuvers, then seeing other people very quickly replicate those same actions and learn those tricks. But in watching this, I realized just how different we all are with our progression and with our training. I, for example, quickly learned that I can't sit across from somebody, watch them do something, then do it myself. That's simply not how I learn. I learned that I will typically need to slow things down more so than is reasonable to expect in person. I learn best through watching videos so that I can slow them down, so I can pause them in a way that physics wouldn't allow in a face-to-face setting. Because some of those times that I have to pause the video to figure out what is it that they're doing here, it's like it might be like halfway through something like this that, wouldn't be possible for somebody to do in while moving the balisong the way you need to, getting the momentum you need to, and then stopping it mid flight to show, okay, this is where this finger is in comparison to the balisong. Just isn't reasonable or feasible. So that's one of the things that I learned too, was more a more strong understanding of what do I need to learn versus how other people learn. I also, and this was very, very strange to realize, but I also learned that I am somewhat recognizable in that there were a number of people who came up to me knowing who I was and introducing themselves to me. Not all of them were people who are regular to the streams. Not all of them were people on the Discord server. Many of them were, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. And that was absolutely incredible to get to meet people who I've been interacting with in the stream and on the server for months on end. But some of them were prominent people in the hobby who've been respected within the community for years. Some of them seemingly knew everybody in the community and were still excited to meet me because of the vibe that I try to bring to the show. Others didn't really know anyone else at Blade Show, and they came to meet me because they were looking for a familiar face in the crowd. And some of those people later came back and told me that their interactions with me helped them to interact with others at the show, which was really, really cool. That that I was able to kind of be that. I don't know, moderator, I guess, to help bring other people into that level of comfort of hanging out and talking and introducing and meeting other people. And Spiral Honeycomb says, hey, what's going on, Spiral Honeycomb? How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. And then what else? I learned anybody who follows me most likely follows Ethan over at Blade Bias and is very familiar with him. So I got to hang out with Ethan a bit, quite a bit. And one of the things that I learned was that Ethan is more talented of a flipper than most of his followers actually realize. Because most of what we see is his mindless flipping while he's focused on his dialogue in the videos that we watch. But when he's flipping just to flip, where all his attention is on his flipping, it's actually astonishing to watch him flip. It's really, really, really cool. He's really, really good. And Spiral says, good. What about you? I'm doing great. It's a great start to the weekend. So yeah, nothing to complain about. Haven't been doing much flipping today. So you guys are watching my buns warm up, but yeah, so far, great day. After stream, I'm probably going to go paddleboarding with a buddy of mine. So yeah, great weekend ahead. Let's see. And then I learned that the positive energy that's given off by some people in the community, such as like Will Hirsch and Dasuko, is palatable. The positive energy is so absolutely genuine that I couldn't believe it. It's like it comes with a with some of these people, again, like Will, for example, a superhuman level of patience. There was one time where I was standing there chatting with Will, and he stood in front of a kid who was wanting him to autograph a keychain for him. The kid literally took, and this is nothing against the kid, but the kid literally took 5 minutes digging through his right pocket with his left hand like this, trying to find a keychain and for Will to sign. Um, for 5 minutes, just saying the keychain was in there somewhere. Come to find out, the kid did not have the keychain in his pocket after all, and the whole time, Will was totally locked into the interaction with this kid. There was no impatience, no rush. Seemingly had nowhere to be and nothing else to do other than interact with this kid. It was really, really, really cool. Mel, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. And then Act asked any updates on the answer. Yeah, well, yeah, no, not really. I mean, it's no better or worse for me than it has been. It is still my since the show, it's my primary flipper. And the only time I don't have this with me is if I'm going somewhere where I can't have a knife of this blade length, and then I bring one of my trainers. But other than that, I mean, this is my primary at the moment. I cannot wait for mine to come in the mail. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, the answer. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your take on it. Hopefully you like it. How much did it cost round trip? Oh man. I had bought the tickets, I think, at a bad time because I mean it was a couple $100. I can't remember exactly how much it was because I had gotten those tickets a while back. But I know that my airline tickets cost significantly more than many other people's, but probably significantly less than other people's as well. It definitely wasn't a cheap trip, that's for sure. Yeah, but as far as like what I learned in short, all of the things that I learned, during Blade Show 2026, the biggest thing that I learned was that I was right with regards to the Bali Unc community. Everyone that I interacted with at Blade Show drove home the point with every single interaction that, everybody that I met there, these were the kindest and most accepting and welcoming people that I have ever had the opportunity to meet in my entire life. I learned that despite my age and despite my skill level, I was not only welcome, but my presence was appreciated. It was absolutely amazing. That was my big takeaway, and that's why a lot of people after Blade Show talk about post Blade Show depression because you've been around, for days. You've been around nothing but flippers that you only get to interact with. A lot of them you only get to interact with once a year. And they're great people, and they're great interactions. And then you go home, and you're back to only being around your regular run of the mill people that don't understand this thing that we do, and that can cause a lot of people to feel alone and disconnected. And for me, I'm not feeling like I'm going to have to deal with any of that stuff because, like I said, I mean, for me, what I got during Blade Show was validation that the sincerity that I have received from everybody in the community since I joined the hobby is true. That these people are real people that really care, and it was just amazing. So I am definitely locked in for future Blade shows. Yeah, it was amazing. You're gonna make me cry, Scott. Well, Brian, you were one of those amazing people. So yeah, you were absolutely peak. Mel says, "Win Blade. Why don't we just have Blade open year round and just live in Atlanta?" Yeah, because for me, Atlanta is a little too muggy, during the summer. Interestingly, though, as soon as I got back to Michigan, it was literally just as hot and just as muggy when I got off the plane as it was in Atlanta when I got on the plane. Since then, it's dried out a bit, which is nice. But I don't know that I could full time it in Atlanta myself. Act says I'm going, or I'm for sure going next year. Excellent, awesome, glad to hear it. I will be excited to see you there, because I'm for sure going next year as well. It was so nice meeting and hanging out with you, bro. I'm so happy your first Blade show was a good one. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. My first Blade show was absolutely, absolutely amazing. Um, Yeah, nothing to complain about. The whole thing was amazing. Um, yeah, so that's what I got for you guys today. From here, we can just flip and chat, and at some point here, we'll go ahead and wrap up. I'm not in a rush to wrap up, but on the same accord, I'm not one to just silently flip for 20 minutes on a live stream either. So if you guys want to chat, if you guys have questions, if you guys have suggestions or anything like that, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll do just a little bit of flipping through my collection, and then we'll get things wrapped up. I can talk about some of the really cool um, situations I found myself in. Like when Dasuko had come up to me, saw my collection, saw that I had a cheese, and said, "Hey, I do a handle swap with somebody every year at Blade Show, and wanted to do a handle swap with me." That was really 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 cool. There was also a time where I was uh, sitting there in the pit. Ethan had come up to me and wanted to get some time in to chat. So Ethan was sitting in front of me, had his case open. I was flipping through stuff in his case, then realized that Will Hirsch was right to the left of me, uh, surrounded by a bunch of people, talking with them. Took note of me, asked me, "Hey, Unc, what do you want to flip?" And I said, "Will, hand me whatever you want me to flip, and I will flip it." And so I'm sitting here. I find myself sitting here in front of Ethan, next to Will, talking with Ethan, flipping his stuff, being handed Bally's by Will, flipping his stuff. And these are two of the people that it got me into the hobby, got me excited about flipping and what I could do and what I could learn. That was a really cool experience as well. Very surreal. What's going on, Sammy? How are we doing today? Welcome to the show and welcome to the weekend. Then, man, I mean, all of the lunches. I just got to hang out with and eat with like friends that I had never met before. The bite handle rave was absolutely awesome. I got to help set that up and break that down. Um, the day after Blade Show, I went to the Atlanta Zoo, or I'm sorry, the Atlanta Aquarium. That was unbelievable. Um, yeah, just all in all, the entire experience was. I mean, I keep saying it. It quite literally was a dream come true sort of trip. Everything that could go right did go right. Um, yeah, if I could do it all over again, I don't know that there is anything that I would have possibly changed. Um, yeah, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. So, mm, The Atlanta Aquarium is so cool. I've been there. Nice, Jax. Yeah, it really, really, really was. And there was just so much to do and so much to see there too. I think we had gotten there around 2 o'clock, and we didn't end up leaving until just about the time that it closed. And I think it closes at like 10, if I recall correctly, maybe 9. So we were there for like literally for like 7 hours. It was absolutely it was absolutely amazing, but got to see so many cool things. I probably took more photo and video at the aquarium just in that 7 hours than I did in any one day at Blade Show. But I mean, just yeah, the whole thing, the aquarium, the bite handle rave, the acid bowl, Valley Comp, the show itself, the entire experience was nothing short of an experience. Yeah, absolutely awesome. When Unc, gotta go. See ya. Take it easy, Mel. Have a great rest of the weekend. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for stopping in. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that covers everything. Everything I got for today, anyways. So I think we're gonna probably get things wrapped up here. Last call for any comments. Otherwise, as always, to my lurkers, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. For everybody interacting in the chat, truly appreciate you. Love the engagement. Yeah, this was absolutely amazing. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.